I'm doing a little mini private with Funny Joe. We're supposed to be training around, but we ended up... He had a lot of questions about various things. He also heard that I mentioned he needs to work on his guard during the last video. I have to watch what I say with these blue belts. But I only said that because Joe is a good blue belt, seasoned. It's been a while since he received it, and he needs to have a guard, in my opinion. I wouldn't want to see someone get a purple belt if they don't have a guard that they like. You know, he's dominant. He's got a good guard passing, pressure style, pressure strength, and then a pin that he uses a lot of effort to hold the pin. So we wanted to take less effort to hold the pin, and we want him to develop a guard, or at least that's what I'd like to see from him, and that's the deficiencies that I see in his game. So here I'm stressing the importance of connection, especially in gi. When I say play guard, I don't mean just stay in guard no matter what. I'm saying, in case you do get taken down, I want him to be able to sweep and get back on top and then use his pressure and his pin. That's still going to be there. We're not saying he doesn't need that or it's not good to have it. What we're saying is we have a certain arsenal of tools and we want to sharpen them all to a certain level. It doesn't have to be a high level. Maybe there's only a couple you can get to a high level. But everything, you need to be proficient in everything to be a purple belt. So there he just, I just showed him the butterfly sweep or some of the finer points. And now I'm showing him my butterfly half guard. So I never had a good half guard because I didn't play with the butterfly half guard. I'm not sure where it came from, but I've been using it for the last couple of years. And I love the options from there. So that one option is, as your partner comes in, you pull his arm across, which leads to a back take. But what happens is he'll square up to avoid that arm drag, and when he does that, I get the kimura. I exploded into it there. I think I hurt Joe's arm. So there I'm showing him again, and from there also you could get the wrist lock. So now I'm letting him try it on me. Those are just, so there's the arm drag and then there's the kimura. And also there's a dog fight from there. So if I can get my underhook, I can get to the back that way. So there I'm also showing him the importance. When you do a butterfly sweep, you want to pull your opponent in while kicking out one knee and shooting the other hook over. So you're kicking him over with a butterfly hook, and with the other leg, you're kicking his knee out. So I know this is a little bit different than a regular roll, but I felt like there was some decent information here, especially for any belt, but especially for lower belts.
When he starts moving, lay down. Yeah, I'll give you a private lesson. So here, what'll happen is many times, especially push me up.
So here I'm showing what to do when you're getting bumped up. So when you're in mount and somebody bumps you up, what do? You go with it, right? Well, you go to knee on belly, and then from there, those frames aren't going to be as important.
Right now, if he does that, you could still. You could still get around it. Honestly, no one does that.
Instead of holding on for dear life when you're in mount and then getting rolled over or bumped off. So I'd rather just go with the energy and then go to knee on belly. I think that's a great, it could be a game changer for a lot of people because I know that I didn't like mount until I learned how to manage it properly. I was always a side control guy, so to speak. Now I'm like a north-south mount control. But our games evolve over time, and that's a good thing.
They just play both. It's the same thing. It's not the same thing. Now, again, can you get certain? I can get a spider guard. Is it effective as a ski spider guard? Of course not. I have a handle. You know? Yeah. It's about. It is actually about.
So now we're just discussing a few of the differences between gi and no gi, about how you should go for a collar choke instead of, you know, a Darce guillotine anaconda is better for no gi, whereas collar chokes are better in the gi.
Once I stand up, you want to get to a leg in tight, that's great.
So he's showing me what he likes to do there. I showed him that wrestle up. So now he loves that, but that's not a guard, so to speak. It's an option from the guard, but you don't want to just wrestle up all the time. I mean, you can. Again, you can. But if you're in the training room and you're trying to develop a skill, you don't want to wrestle up all the time. If you're great at wrestling up, you could do it all day at a tournament, that's fine. So here I'm showing when the X guard gets peeled, I go right to a different ashi leg entanglement. And then I showed him the Aoki on the opposite leg, which probably isn't the best idea. I was kind of just joking around. But there are always options. If you get into a leg lock shootout with somebody, you have to know the options better than they do and be able to apply the correct one before they can. So here I'm showing him just a slight detail. See, if he tries to do that straight into my knee, I can ride him out. See that? I can just put the pressure on him and tip him over. And then, yeah, he can switch to other things, but he's not getting what he wants to do. He's not able to implement his will. So if he was to wrestle up and get behind my leg or to the side, that would work best. Because then I won't be able to just drive my knee straight into him.
Or two on the side. Because then he's just going to put his knee into your sternum. Like your first instinct. So look, I'm here. Look, whenever you walk over, first thing you do, grab your foot. You see it all the time.
So here I'm telling him one of the first things I do for a guard is look to make connections, and that usually starts with grabbing the foot. Because they have to walk close to me to get to me.
So that's what I want. Right. But I don't want to just lay here and do nothing and then, get past. Right? So start on your knees. You're starting on your knees. You can't get anything. What's going to happen?
So here I'm showing, I'll be playing butterfly guard if somebody starts on their knees. Then when they stand up, I have to switch. I can't just say I have to play butterfly guard. Now I want to be connected to them. So when they stand up, I have to either go to a different guard or use the butterfly guard to come in and get leg entanglements. So that was a sloppy heel hook. What I was looking to do was I was looking for the reaction when he turns away from me and goes down on one knee. He was a little overly compliant when he fell there. Again, he fell in a direction that I wasn't anticipating. So I'm explaining I'd still be able to finish there, but that's what I wanted. See when he turned to his knee? So that's basically like, I think, a K-guard entry into a heel hook.
In my mind. So you're saying if you stand up, we're able to play. If you stand up, I'm coming in here and here.
See, he went into the entry, but not the way I showed it, and then his legs are below my knee. Now, if Funny Joe watches this video, he'll see what he's doing wrong, and he'll be able to make that correction. But you want to trap that knee line. You can't, you don't want to be sitting, they could just pull out.
Sounds funny, but it's true.
You don't want to let them slip the knee line. So here I'm explaining if I have a straight ankle lock, what'll happen is people pull out.
And then I'm going to switch to that. And then we'll just yeah, but just let's just so we're here.
But this time he turned down the way I wanted him to react last time. But that's okay. I'm a little bit ahead of him here.
So the first thing I'm doing is maybe making sure your heel
So here I'm just showing heel hook detail. I'm not showing the leg entanglement.
your foot, because I don't want my arm
I'm
this
just
way,
showing the finishing mechanic for the heel hook
this way. Feel it?
and the importance to not let the heel drop to the floor. You don't want his foot on the floor because then he's going to put weight onto it and you don't have a heel hook anymore.
For here,
Also the importance of the right angle.
I don't want your heel to go on
As you
the
can
floor.
see, my
Look, see, so I
forearm
got
has
that
to
right
be
angle,
like,
and then I'm just
it doesn't, you don't want your forearm on the same angle as their shin. You want it on a 45-degree angle.
I gotta know this. I don't want to be a black belt.
And that's going to create braking pressure. So I know we've been jumping around from topic to topic, but these are the questions that he's asking me
Like something substantial.
for various positions and information that I'm volunteering to help fill possible holes in his game.
That's an art. That's an art. Dude, Lieutenant Dan, because if you don't know how to pull guard,
Now I'm telling him the importance of pulling guard.
find yourself getting
Not just the importance of pulling guard, but pulling guard correctly. Because if you just sit in front of somebody, I mean, it's fun and all. You know, if you're in the gym, you're relaxing. But if you're trying to win a match, you have to pull guard in a manner where you have points of connection. And that's why it's seen more in gi than in no gi. In no gi, guard pulling is almost silly. You have nothing to grab onto. You have to wait until they connect. You have to be a real high-level guard player to have a good no-gi guard. Whereas a gi guard's a lot easier to become proficient. Again, in my opinion, there are anomalies. There are people that are going to be better at open guard. I mean, at no-gi guard, open guard, or whatever. I'm good at it. But I'm definitely better in the gi. Guard's more valuable in the gi. Guard is also valuable because you're using your leg muscles and you're not using your arms and your shoulders and subjecting them to all the wear and tear that comes with it. It's easy to bench press someone off you with your legs. Can you do it with your upper body? Yes, but it can be dangerous. You can tear your pec. You could be fatigued. Because that's what happens. Yeah, normally you could bench press this guy 9 out of 10 times, but today you're already tired, or maybe you worked out yesterday and your muscles are already sore, and now you have a torn something. So here I'm showing him the importance of the butterfly sweep mechanics. So I want him to kick over with his right foot, push out my knee with his left foot, and pull me on top, all at once. From there, he should come up on top as well.
I can sweep you with just arm control.
Now I'm explaining that I can sweep somebody with just one thing, but we like to have redundancies. So that means controlling his ability to base, kicking out his knee, and sweeping him over. You could catch him maybe with any one of those things if you're lucky, or if they're not trained. But redundancy is important when it comes to techniques.
Not impossible, but if you catch them off guard, they're usually not going to be able to get their arm out in time.
I'm saying if somebody clinches you, many times you butterfly sweep to that side and they won't have time to base. They won't be able to put their arm out in time. And if they do, you still caught them off guard and you have them on their heels.
Always getting it felt like, you know.
Whatever, if the other guy's on.
Yeah.
Right? If he starts on his knees, just look at it as he's giving you guard.
Oh, yeah. Baseball.
Drop into your
This
guard.
one, I'm gonna get it. I'm not saying.
Yeah, I don't have to play guard.
Maybe it's happened like 3 times.
Yeah. Well, you're on your knees. Let's say. You both start on your knees. I want to instantly just start.
Right, I'm explaining the value of playing a guard, either playing a guard or playing passing. When you just start on your knees, you're kind of in a no man's land.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's like a
So that's the final concept in this video. If you want to help support the channel, there's an X-Marshal link in the description with my new rash guard. If you buy today, you get 15% off. Use code JITS50. Or you could just buy me a coffee. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and if you haven't already, subscribe.